Welcome to TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton. And this is our NXT review. This is the go-home show for NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day this Sunday. You guys can catch our preview and predictions for that show on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, we'll be live reacting to the show Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'll say, the go-home show, not bad. Not bad. I had a good time with it. I think they made the right call with the Dusty Classic matches. I'd say all the way down. The Zaya Lee character got some interesting progression, or really just that whole trio got interesting progression. And the NXT Women's Championship, I like how they built that up tonight. And the way, honestly, as far as just my personal enjoyment, Johnny Gargano incredulously keeps doing it for me. I really enjoyed him tonight. 2021's a hell of a drug already. So, partner, what do you think about tonight's NXT?
This was the most fun that I've had watching NXT in a long time. The Gargano segment, I actually laughed so hard that afterwards I went into our Discord and said that's the funniest moment NXT has produced since maybe even Bo getting ejected out of the arena. And then maybe a half hour later, Cameron Grimes comes out and makes me laugh even harder. To give you an idea of how much I love this show and how good the comedy stuff was on this show. And at the very end of the show, I absolutely love the TakeOver card that we've got for Sunday, for TakeOver Vengeance Day. It might be a stupid name, but this is honestly the most stacked TakeOver the card that we've had in at least a year. Because I looked back and it looks like the last card that we had that was anywhere close to as stacked as this was TakeOver Portland, which was in February of 2020 rather. So we're looking at least 1 year ago to find a TakeOver card that was anywhere close to as stacked as this. And if you want to find one before that, you might have to go all the way back to like New York or New Orleans or something like that, like a WrestleMania weekend TakeOver card, because this show looks absolutely loaded. I am honestly so antsy about it. I need to like keep myself in check so that I don't give any predictions away during this review, because we do have our NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day preview predictions coming up Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And we do want everyone to tune into that. But I am so antsy. I want to talk about the show so bad. So, yeah, I'm eager. I'm excited. I love the show.
All right, man. Well, with that energy, let's get into our first segment, Heat of the Night. And I'm cool as a cucumber over here, brother. I got 0 heats of the night tonight. How about you? What you got going on?
I also have 0 heats of the night tonight. And when was the last time that either one of us was able to say that for NXT, honestly?
I know. It feels pretty good, man, getting right through it. So let's get right into our NXT review. And we open up hot, dusty, classic men's semifinals matchup. MSK versus LDF. Now that is some quality alphabet soup. I gotta say, man, big takeaway for me from this match. Because I'll be honest, I really didn't take any notes. I was kind of immersed in this show tonight for the most part. The live portion of the crowd, like the actual physical bodies in attendance, LDF seemed to be the baby faces here. I could swear, I don't know if anybody in chat is willing to back me up on this, there were people chanting for LDF to win this match.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you look at it, now I love MSK. I even had them in my 5 very recently. You guys can go and you can look at that on the channel. But this was LDF's matchup, man. They really shined here, big time. And you know what? I think they needed a match like this because it's so easy to get lost and just kind of be immersed in Escobar. I mean, I do it every week. He has an amazing look. He has presence. He carries himself like a champion. We talk about his in-ring ability all the time, how brilliant he is. So it would be easy to just resign Wild and Mendoza as like the two lackeys that, maybe help sometimes, maybe are ineffectual. But for them to go out and really stake their claim is like, no, we're great wrestlers in our own right. And I love the commentary was like, this is the power of Escobar's leadership. Because I really do believe that in a faction, you know, when guys like them look good, Escobar looks good. Because it really does say, like, not only is he a leader that's just using them, he really is spending time with these guys and making them better. This is an amazing showing for them. Absolutely amazing showing for them. I love the one double team spot where it was like a double stomp, and then on the one guy, it might have been Ben Nash Carter, and then he gets the 450, I think, on Wesley, but he gets the knees up just a little bit, like just in time. So, you know, that was a great sequence.
Dude,
Great
it's funny
paint.
that you pointed to that spot in particular as a positive, because I thought that was a botch. I thought that I want to say it was Joaquin Wilde that was doing the actual spot. I thought that he under-rotated and just didn't land properly there. But maybe you're right. Maybe Wesley did get his knees up. But it looked to me like he didn't rotate as far as he wanted to. And it even looked to me like he might have landed with one of his knees on Wesley's like head neck area. So I was a little freaked out by that.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, though, I thought the match had great pacing. Everybody really looked good. MSK got the win, and again, from the actual live portion of the crowd, there were audible boos. I think a lot of people were really pulling for LDF here, which honestly was a pleasant surprise. You never know what's going to happen with Legado in the future. I don't know if they would work as a babyface faction. I really like them as the cool heels that are very proud of where they come from. But yeah, it was a great showing for MSK. They get the win. Any thoughts you want to share about this matchup?
Well, this is probably the match that I have the least notes about. I have that it was a solid match, not a great one. And then I just have the note about what I wild botching on the double stomp 450 move.
I mean, Foster even said he got his knees up. Wes physically got put his knees up. So I don't know. It looked good to me. It's rare that you and I have a disagreement about a spot, but you know, whatever the case.
It might have just been the camera angle that kind of tricked my eyes, but yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where the spot itself is a brilliant idea if it executed correctly, and if it was executed correctly, then it's my bad. It just looked to me like Joaquin Wilde didn't quite get the full rotation on the 450, but still, the idea. I mean, if you can pull that off, it's fucking brilliant. Like, I absolutely love the idea of the move itself.
Right. So the concept you're all down for.
Absolutely,
execution
yeah.
could have used a little bit. And amen, that's totally fair. So MSK start the first half of the men's finals. Who will make up the second? Grizzled Young Vets or Ciampa and Thatcher, Team Boomer. We'll talk about that later. After this, we get a Mercedes Martinez hype package. I fucks with Mercedes Martinez, man.
Hell yeah.
I love the vibe she gave in this. Cause see, like. Okay, you know what? I can't even lie. This is dunking on Ciampa and kind of Thatcher now that he's really running on Ciampa. This is how you exude that you're a veteran without being old about it.
Yeah.
She said, like, I've been chasing this my entire life. This is my destiny. This is why I came back. So, like, you can see.
And it didn't even necessarily come off as baby-facey because she was like, Toni Storm, you're just a little girl. Like, she was insulting the other two. It's not like she was like, oh, I have nothing but respect for these two or what. And like, no, she came swinging. Like, she wasn't trying to be all babyface about it, but she's just letting y'all know, like, she's been at this for long enough. She's hungry as hell. She's not ready to just, you know, lay down and take an L here.
Exactly. I love that. I think the way she spoke and the way she carried herself in this, again, it very easily conveys that she's a veteran without yelling at clouds about it. So I was all about this. And yeah, Javar said Mercedes apparently revealed on the bump that she took time off because of the health of her son, and a person that's actually sensible and puts the lives of loved ones. I mean, you love to see it, honestly.
Yeah.
You really. I mean, EO forever.
We stand Mercedes in this household.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, goddamn Mercedes, just amazing. So then we get Zaya Lee versus Cora Jade. I really have nothing here. Zaya destroyed her, and then her friends, Caden Carter and the diminutive dumbass, Casey Catanzaro.
Holy shit, I was not expecting that, but I wanted to say, is it kayfabe now that Cora Jade is Caden and Casey's friend, or are they just here for Zaya?
I took it completely that they're here for Zaya because they were even screaming, Zaya, this isn't even you. And then Cora Jade tried to capitalize on that initially.
Right, and then I saw that Caden, like, after the match, got up in Tian Sha's face and was like, what are you doing with her? What did you do? What are you doing? Talk to me. And then Yeah, Zaya came up and threw her off the ramp.
Yeah, Javaris, I hope that was like a laughing exclamation. Because I really don't apologize for anything. In fact, I'll double down and I'll say that I'm actually on Zaya's side here. I don't need my character to be questioned by an anti-masker. So, yeah, fuck off. And I do feel bad, though. I will say, Caden Carter did not deserve the bump she had to take tonight. That was brutal. She got thrown right off the ramp onto the floor, and my first thought was, and we weren't even on call, but I said, oh, man, it should have been Casey. So, like, I would have swapped it. Because Casey got off easy. She just got roundhouse kicked in the face. And I'm like,
oh,
really?
God. Foster reminding us of how hilarious Rusev was in WWE. Hey, kids, your dad, he's a loser.
Yeah, he is, by the way. That hasn't changed.
Oh, wow.
But,
going after Titus. Jeez, man.
Yeah, I'm just giving it to everybody today.
He's a bystander, all right? He's a bystander.
But no,
caught in the crossfire, shit.
Yeah, you know, from a character standpoint, and I can't keep stressing this enough, I think it's like you with the spot earlier when we were talking about MSK. Conceptually, I love everything about this, and the execution is really great until we get in the ring, and then even then, I wouldn't say for me it's terrible. I don't want to be hyperbolic. I feel like I've done enough of that already. But
I'm struggling to not call it terrible, honestly. Like, I don't want to go there because I want Zaya Lee to succeed, and I like her as a human being. She seems like such a sweetheart, but, like, she's not very good at this right now.
No, and see, I think we should qualify, though, Ashton, to be fair to the gimmick, because if the leader here is ever going to get in the ring, you know, I think Zaya has to be graded separately. So she's still green, very green. Yeah. But we'll have to see how the rest of the in-ring comes together. But yeah, I'm still all about this. Really, I just feel bad for Caden Carter. You really, on so many levels with what's come out, you deserved a lot better, didn't you? And I'm just sorry you didn't get it. Speaking of other people that deserve better, to be
fair, Caden and Casey are really close friends. So, I mean, maybe we just don't know as much about Caden as we do about Casey, and she's just as bad. I don't know.
I mean, it has crossed my mind. It has crossed my mind, and I hope it's not true, but I can't act on what I don't know. So for now, she's kind of in that purgatory, but I'll treat her well, you know? But after that, we get Regal. You know, he comments on the Dusty Cup matches, like, oh, congratulations to MSK. You know, what a showing for them. Goes in his office, and there's Scarlett, of course. We're doing the whole thing. Yeah, fucking Escobar, Cross, next week. Let's make it happen. Regal's like, okay, sure, yeah.
I love that she effectively threatens Regal for Cross, because she's like, I'm here, because if he comes, it won't be good. Time's up next week. And then Regal's just like, well, all right then.
Yeah. Regal's like, sounds good, get the hell out.
And then we get the way.
Jesus Christ, folks, this segment had no right to be as good as it was.
Johnny Improv over here, holy hell.
I know, and I gotta be honest, props to the live crowd, too. I mean, granted, Johnny Wheelchair did take me back to elementary school just a tad, but, you know, other than that, good shit, man. Good shit, man. Like, I told you I was feeling myself tonight. I don't know
my God. That's a fucking deep ass cut. Jesus Christ.
But no, Johnny, I don't know how it happened, guys, because I swear to you it wasn't that long ago this shit was getting on my goddamn nerves. But I think he really just embraced it. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'm a child. What are you doing?
Right around the time of everyone knows Johnny loves wheels.
Yeah.
I think that was right around where the point turned.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's kind of like when they always say, well, when you insult somebody and then that person embraces the insult, you take the power away from them. It's like Johnny took the power away from me, and he's like, well, I'm a child. I'm experiencing my childhood every day. What's your life? And then it really made me reassess, and I'm like, fuck. A guy that eats chicken tendies and has a VHS tape of Royal Rumble 98 just checkmated me. What the fuck do I do now? So the answer...
You gotta get the VHS of Royal Rumble 92.
Yeah, exactly. This was... This was fucking great. Another line I thought of, I know I'm completely telling this out of order, but, you know, we fucking laugh. That's really all you need to know about this. When Regal's like, Johnny, you need to quit this charade. And Johnny's like, charade? What? I'm not Dennis Charade.
I died!
Is this early contender for promo of the year? Like,
not promo of the year, but definitely funniest moment of the year.
Yeah, funniest moment easily.
It's good. Contender for promo of the year did happen later on in the night, though. No lie.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Yeah, where did this come from? I still have so many questions. But yeah, Johnny is really trying to pass off that, you know, Kushida broke his arm in 4 places, and, you know, that they show the footage.
Oh God, the X-ray.
Yeah, and Regal's like, first of all, let's not show X-ray. You'd be in an incredible amount of pain. And there's an R there, which stands for right, and it's your left arm. And then
Johnny's like, that's not what the R stands for. That R stands for real, because this X-ray is totally real.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You see, it has my name on it. Johnny Gargano right there.
Yeah. And then just everything. And then Regal's like, oh, well, we got 2 options. You could have Austin Theory defend the title on your behalf tonight against Kushida. And Theory is so pumped up about the idea, but Johnny literally takes one look at him, and he's like, no, that's not happening. Like, no, I know how this goes. And Theory's immediately bummed out, like, oh, yeah, you know why? Because he doesn't really believe in you. And you know what else? He's right not to. Suck less. And then Regal says, the other option is you just forfeit the title right now. And Johnny's like, forfeit? So no, that's not happening. No, I've finally got a title reign that's going for me. Did you not see me succeed in my first defense? No, I'm not giving it up. And then Regal's like, well, you know. Oh, and then Johnny's like, oh, let me get a few months off. Let me rehab. And then, you know, maybe I'll come back and be able to...
Dude, I love, too, that he was like, give me a few weeks. Give me a few months. Like, he played it so quickly.
And just, you know, Regal's just like, oh, now we'll see what Kushida thinks. And Kushida is just standing with his arms folded the rest of the way, who are just incredulously oblivious to his presence. And Regal's like, you know, Kushida-san, you know, does that work for you? What would you like?
Dude, that moment when Kushida first showed up, and then eventually when fucking Theory turned to him, he was like, yeah, man, we got this. And then he does the double cake take, and Kushida just fucking clocks him. Oh my God, this segment was absolute gold. This segment was so good.
Dude, really, it's a shame. Because, like, I'm ambivalent on Candice. If I'm on, I actually think I like Candice in PWG better the more I think about it. But she's not, like, bad here. It's just, like, I know I would never want her to be women's champion. And so, like, if she was ever going to progress, I become less invested. I like Indy. Johnny's completely turned a corner on me, and Austin Theory can just fuck all the way off.
Yeah, so, like, that's kind of where I am. Yeah. Like, for me, it's Indy and Johnny are, like, the 2 stars of this group. Candice is just kind of there, and Austin can fuck off.
Yeah, so, like, thank goodness Johnny's actually the centerpiece here,
yeah.
Because he really has been, for me, the most entertaining part. Now, again, I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm still waiting for an episode where I just come on and I'm like, oh, he annoyed me tonight. But, you know, so far, I have been fucking loving it. It is so good. And, yeah, we get that a little later, because I don't think Theory Kushida happened after this. No, it wasn't, because what it was, because Kushida knocked Johnny out with the Masato Tanaka punch. And...
Well, plus, not only that, but, like, there was that great moment, too, where Kushida went to grab the title and Johnny held onto it with his supposedly broken left arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Kushida, like, pointed to it and he was just like, what's this? And then he clocked him with the Masato Tanaka and he fell into his wheelchair. It was the greatest comedy visual in NXT history, I think.
Yeah. Also have to give credit to the live portion of the crowd. They actually did work well in this segment because they chanted at one point, like, you deserve this. And they, again, chanted
Yes.
Johnny Wheelchair.
Yep.
And there's, like, covering it. It's like, that's so insensitive. That's so insensitive. What did I do
Yeah.
to deserve
I
this?
loved when Indy covered Johnny's ears for him.
Yeah, that was great. So yeah, Johnny is killing it lately. I don't know if, like, he's going to, turn babyface again, like, within maybe the next year or two. If he does, I would like him to keep this energy.
I honestly think it's within the next 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's on too much of a roll right now to not be face soon.
Dude, I honestly, and see, again, this is the whole debate. There are some people that actually don't miss fans in the arena and are cool with the Thunderdome. I do miss fans because of segments like this, because I would kill to know how they would have responded to this.
Yeah.
Like, if they would have been behind it, or they would have just been cheering.
Fucking Kushida just winding up in Clock in Theory was great, though.
Yeah, I will say, if Austin Theory is good for anything, and I think Foster mentioned that they're booking him like this. I didn't catch the rest of his comment, though, so I want to give him proper context. Oh, yeah, a complete dumbass, and it's making me laugh. See, that's the thing. Theory being the goof, the butt of the joke, is the best role for him if I'm going to tolerate him. Because him just looking at Kushida, and like you said earlier, actually being like, yeah, man, we got this right. Wait, what the fuck? Bam! Like,
yeah,
that's funny. That's funny to me. So long as he doesn't, like, try and posture like he has charisma and he's just the butt of other people's humor, that's totally fine with me.
Yep.
So we continue with the way.
You know what I kind of like in his current character too?
What's that?
Johnny Bravo.
There you go.
The cartoon character Johnny Bravo?
Yeah.
Like this big, buff, muscular dude that thinks he's a hunk, but he's actually this dumbass that's the butt of everyone else's joke. That's literally Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, once all the men get knocked out by Kushida, and then we get a women tag match, and it was fucking great. And honestly, if it wasn't for the main event of this show, and it might even still be, but it's really, really close between this and that, this would be my match of the night.
Yeah, great energy to this. Loved Shotzi's and Candice's interaction towards the end of the match, because I'm like, finally, it really seems like Shotzi's going to get one up on Candice, and an interesting finish, because Ember gets the Eclipse on Candice, which sends her all the way to the other corner. Then Shotzi gets her senton off the top, but here's the thing, Indy protects Candice, but Indy was legal. So she sacrifices herself and the tournament to further protect Candice. I don't know if Candice is going to take her to task for it, if it'll be like some Jey Uso Roman Reigns shit, of course, far less violent.
No, yeah, I'm really wondering how Candice is going to handle that too, because like I almost feel like it might be like one of those like Gargano house like moments where it's like, now Indy, what did we learn last week? And that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Don't protect you when I'm legal and just think about protecting myself in matches. That's right. That's the way. And then cue laugh track, freeze frame, all that shit. So, yeah, we have got Ember and Shotzi versus Raquel and Dakota, and as we suspected...
Dude, by the way, just as far as this actual match goes, there were a few moments that I did want to highlight. The first one being Candice did an assisted, Indy was holding her hand while she did it, but it was still impressive. Rope walk Hurricane Rana that sent Ember off the apron into Shotzi outside the ring. That was fucking dope.
Yeah, that looked great.
There was also a moment where Candice hit Wicked Stepsister, and Indy Hartwell, this big ass, like 5'8" woman that could probably step over the top rope if she really needed to, hit a springboard elbow drop on, like, I can't emphasize enough how rare it is to see a woman do a springboard from the apron. More often than not, even Io we know is an athletic woman, but in order for her to springboard, she has to jump off the bottom rope first. Indy jumped straight off the apron and springboarded from the top rope. It was insane. Springboard elbow drop to Shotzi. So yeah, Indy, just highlighting the fact that Indy Hartwell is an actual freak athlete.
Yeah, I'm excited about Indy Hartwell, man. I really am. I'm hoping that long term.
By the way, just a reminder, you remember how old she is?
Isn't she like 22 or something?
24.
Not bad. I really do hope that the way is a good experience for her. Because there's so much potential there. So yeah, I mean, we've got Ember and Shotzi facing Raquel and Dakota in the finals, and like we suspected, bro, as I started to say earlier, the winners will get a shot at the women's tag team titles. And I gotta say, and now that the champions are Shayna and Nia, don't really know how I'm feeling. You guys are gonna have to tune in tomorrow, but they definitely
What's
got
tomorrow?
my gears turning. Well, excuse me, tune in Saturday at 9.
Oh.
Preview predictions. Sorry, my mistake. But yeah, you guys will have to tune in then, because it did get my gears turning, knowing we got new women's tag champs. Yeah. But yeah, it really is. I got to give them credit for this, just because of how certain characters are positioned. It really could be either team's final. I got to give NXT credit for that. I don't think it's as one-sided as maybe some people may come into it thinking, because I know Raquel's like being booked like a tank right now, but here's the thing. It's like a glass tank with Dakota being the glass, unfortunately, even though she's really fucking good in ring. I mean, I'm not even wrong, which is probably why you said in the first place.
I mean, if your goal was to just depress me, you definitely succeeded, so thanks.
Well, that's always a side quest. But yeah, should be a very fun matchup, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it Saturday. And, yep. And, after that, we get, Thatcher and Ciampa talking about things. God. I mean, what do you even say? Ciampa leans in. He even called himself Old Man Ciampa because he found it humorous, the names of, Gibson and Drake. Grizzled young vets. Oh, that's funny. No, it isn't. Okay, you're just terrified of the truth being spoken by the superior scalp. Get over it. God, I hated this. And
superior scalp. I love it.
I'm doubling down on those exact sentiments because there was some fuck shit that started at the beginning of the main event. But we'll get to that. We will get back to that. Oh,
wow.
Man.
Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah, I know. Ugh. But they cut a promo here, pretty much saying that, tonight's going to be a fight, and they're looking to go to the finals and, win the whole thing. Ciampa leaves angrily because, I'm a tough guy, and this is how I express my masculinity. Yeah, totally healthy, Grandpa. Totally healthy. So, after that, you get an Escobar interview. And, did you appreciate this man's drip tonight? I mean, did he or did he not look good? God damn.
His confidence never ceases to amaze me. He's so wonderful.
Yeah, it does something to me that also begins with the letter A, friends, so we're on the right track. So, Escobar, we're talking about, like...
Arouse?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I genuinely did not know what you were talking about there.
I love that you just need to stabilize yourself in the conversation, so you have to openly up, but you're good. You're good.
You threw me off, but yeah, I'm back to earth now. Let's continue.
Yeah. So he's not really sweating Cross. Then Wild and Mendoza come in. They start apologizing, and he's like, no, don't apologize. I actually liked how chill he was about this. He's like, if you want to make it up to me, go find Karrion Kross, put a hurt on him. He doesn't make it to next week.
Yeah, they failed miserably, didn't they? They
really... I'm sorry, Santos. I'm so sorry. You can keep Mendoza, but, Wild hasn't been bad in the team either. Just give him a talking to, I guess, for now. I don't know. We get a Balor Dunn package. I'm really only looking forward to this from an in-ring standpoint. Because, Balor as a character, as a guy that's just fuck friendship, this and that. I'm going back to my Devitt fucking roots and fucking everything up. That's great. And if Edge would choose Balor, I would honestly be so hyped for that. I honestly think my hype ranking is Roman Reigns first, because he really is just so freaking great. But then Balor and Drew Edge would actually be dead last for me, honestly, with how Balor's performing right now. I'm curious how you guys feel about that ranking, if yours would be any different.
I'm sorry, who would be dead last for you?
Drew would. I would put Reigns first for hype, because I've been loving Roman Reigns' heel character, and I'm getting genuinely worked by him. So maybe he could actually get me to root for Edge, which would be interesting. Then Balor, then Drew.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think Balor's been amazing. Dunn, here's the thing about Pete Dunne, and it's so weird. Oh, that's really cool, Foster. I just read that apparently Gibson's helping create a wrestling board game. We need that. We need happy things in fucking quarantine. Here's the interesting thing about Dunn, and I've kind of thought about this for a while, and I didn't know if I wanted to say anything or not, because I don't want to be, and I'm being completely unironic here, I don't want to be an asshole, because there is an upside to Dunn. He's young. He's only 27 still. He's not even 30 yet. And his in-ring's so solid. the shrugging and all that stuff. Like, I get that, like, that's his character. I would hope one of these days, like, he kind of goes outside of his comfort zone, which, by the way, I'll get ahead of myself, too, and say, I think the same thing should happen with MJF. Like, I get that your first character, especially when you're young, you may be really, like, leaning into it because it's all you know, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna make this the most fun sandbox that I can, but sooner or later it kind of runs its course. I'm kind of over Pete Dunne as a character, and I'd like to see maybe a bit of evolution for him. I don't know what that would entail, but what was that?
I just said I see. I'm understanding you.
Yeah. In ring again, very solid.
Right, and that's why I'm so excited for Sunday, because even though I know that Dunne isn't that great of a talker, and like you said, his character has gotten a little bit stale just because he's been the same sort of person for, what, like 5 or 6 years at this point? I mean,
yeah, it's been long, brother.
What?
I said it's been a long time, brother.
I mean, even before WWE, he's had pretty much the same character. But yeah, like, I'm just extremely excited for the match itself, because regardless of all of the, pre-match hype stuff, we know that Dunne can put on match of the year candidates, and we know that Balor is a great opponent for him to do that with.
Oh, absolutely. Do you know what my hope for this match honestly is? And I think I may have even said this on a past podcast, and I apologize, but it does bear repeating because I keep coming back to this. I want it to be the physicality of an O'Reilly Balor, but without them actually hurting each other.
Yeah.
If you can make it look like that level of physicality, that to me is a genuine match of the year candidate, which I think NXT was way too liberal with that term. When guys legitimately got hurt to do it, you shouldn't reward that kind of behavior.
Right.
And I know that's a talking point.
We talked about that already, yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking about that before, and it's really just a talking point in general. We've been emphasizing more on the podcast about the workers that we really like and the ones that we're like, maybe that style should be left somewhere else. But yeah, that's really what I'm hoping for. So solid video package. And, I liked Barrett's line at the very end of the show because they did have a stare down. It's the match that Europe's been waiting for 10 years. That I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So good stuff all around. Can't complain. After that, we got Theory versus Kushida. It's fucking Austin Theory. I got nothing to say about this. I really didn't care about this. Johnny gets the match thrown out because at one point Kushida gets an armbar on Theory on the apron, and Johnny just super kicks him in the face, causing the match, again, to be thrown out. So they're trying to get the one-up on him. And I love Johnny doesn't turn the funny off. Because he's like, whatever. He takes his arm out of the sling. Oh, it's a miracle. And then the referee's like, it's not even your match. And Johnny's like, it's not even my match. Like, fuck off. I know it's not my match, but I got a match Sunday, don't I? So they start putting a hurting on Kushida. And they get Kushida back in the ring. They're like, yeah, we're going to continue the hurting in the ring. But suddenly, though, Austin Theory, he gets pulled into hell, which we know from Kane and The Undertaker over the years is obviously underneath the ring. So, holy shit, Austin Theory's turn. But who could have done it? And then Johnny pulls him out. He's like, I got you. He's pulling him out, and he's really straining. I guess he's got to lay off that whey protein. And he's like, I got you.
You son of a bitch.
He's like, I got you. We did it. See, I got... Because it was Dexter Lumis the whole time. Holy fucking shit.
Oh, my God.
So...
Who are you right now? Jesus Christ.
Jeepers Creepers. Those mid-card ass peepers. Holy fuck. Dexter Lumis burning a hole through Johnny Gargano. And then...
burning a hole through Gargano's soul. Wow, that was really screechy.
It really was. And then,
John's just like, I'll fucking do it again.
Yeah, I will shenanigan.
Oh my
Johnny
God.
just runs past Lumis like, I don't have time for you, creepy Dexter cosplayer man. And he tries to get Kushida off of Austin Theory because he's got the hoverboard lock. Kushida takes him down, gets a submission on him, and then when Theory tries to help Thatcher, Lumis says it's time to go night-night. And he does that to Theory, all while stroking him, very affectionately, like, look, shh, I know everyone laughs at you, and they should, but you're safe now. Shh. And, Kushida holds the title up after wrecking Johnny's life again. And he's like, I'm going to win Sunday, and he's puffing his chest out, and I got such sad OP Kushida New Japan Junior Division vibes, but I believe in Johnny Gargano, so we'll have to see. We'll see how much I believe in him this Saturday. But yeah, Kushida's triumphant to end the segment. So, fun stuff. Do you have anything you want to say about this?
No, sir, I do not. Continue.
Awesome. All right. We get the Toni Storm hype package. She really believes in herself. That's healthy, though. Pretty much says, everything that I've done, everything I've accomplished, and, Io has never really been able to beat me one-on-one. Io says that she doesn't like me. I wouldn't like me either if I had, my number the way that I do against Io. So pretty much saying, I am going to be NXT Women's Champion because Io is the champion. I have a proven track record against Io. She says about Mercedes, where I come from, it's not polite to insert yourself in somebody else's business. So again, Mercedes being dismissive of Toni being dismissive of Mercedes. I don't know. They're both really fixated on Io, but I'm just like, the other person could be a benefit to you, right? Because you don't have to pin Io, but it could be a pride thing for them. We don't know. But Toni is really feeling herself. She's believing in herself. What's funny is all the footage of her dominating Io was when she was a babyface. And obviously she's a heel now. So I don't know. Does this mean she's extra strong? We'll find out. But after that, we get an Imperium package.
That's how the rules work.
That's you're so right. God, your face is so wise. We get an Imperium package after this. And I'm going to be honest, I did not see this at all because I was in the kitchen cutting myself a piece of my peanut butter.
Oh, it was low-key. I didn't actually take detailed notes on it, but the general gist was all four guys were hyping up each other. Like, it was, all four different guys said, like, oh, Ilya Dragon, or fuck, wrong guy. Alexander Wolf, the whatever of Imperium, strong, technical. Like, they were, like, just building each other up. Like, they were just building all of the different faction mates up.
Oh, God. Save for Walter. It seems like you guys are trying to convince yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Next segment, Cameron Grimes returns. Per what I said last week, I'm just going to leave this entirely to you, Ash, and it seems rather capable because you really got a kick out of this, I think.
This was fucking hilarious to me. I mean, the dude shows up in a fancy-ass car, offers a whole bunch of money to some valets to park it. And he literally says, y'all know how to park that? I'm still learning. So, like, he needs them to park it for him because he doesn't fucking know how to. And he makes his way out to the ring. He's wearing a suit, but he's not wearing a shirt underneath it. And it's like the blazer is just open and you just see the bead of chest hair. So typical Cameron Grimes, like it's caveman classy. Is that a thing? Classy? I don't know if I can know, but yeah, it's Cameron Grimes' style. What can I say? He comes out and he is bragging about all this money that he's got, and he says about how while he was gone with his injury, he discovered this great thing, video games, and he played video games, but then he ran out of video games to play, so he went to get more, and he went to this place called GameStop, and GameStop, I mean, he said something about when he first went in, the GameStop lights hit you different. He said if Cameron Grimes is going to invest in any place, it's here. And he says that he invested in GameStop and then that stock went to the moon. And then he brings up, honestly, I stopped typing at this point because I was laughing too goddamn hard to type. But he brings up that he loves dogs and then he found out that there was something called Dog Coin and he invested in that. And that also went to the moon. I'm sorry. God damn it. I really, really hope that he has changed a lot since those tweets got put out because he's too fucking likable to still be that awful. He literally said that no one's going to be able to tell him what to do now because he said money is power and I feel really powerful because of how much money I have. He said if Regal tries to get him to wrestle a zombie again, He said, "You can kiss my grits." And he went over this whole list of things that he doesn't want to do anymore. And if Regal asks him to do them, he can kiss his grits. And then he threw the money in the air and rolled around in it, and then he left, and that was the whole thing. There was no confrontation. There's no match set up. He's just rich now. That's the whole development. Is that Cameron Grimes is rich now because he invested in GameStop and Dogecoin at the right time. Okay. I'm composed. John, if you want to continue, I know that you don't actually want to say anything about this, so go ahead.
All right. Then we go from that to Johnny Gargano getting interviewed by, I think it was Real McKenzie, he called her. Because, it was like not Real McKenzie last week.
It was not McKenzie last week.
Yeah. So we get McKenzie this week. And, he's frustrated with her. God, we're gone a whole week, and you're still asking me stupid questions.
Yeah.
And he says, a lot of people consider me and Kushida a dream match because he does assure us like it is happening this Sunday, which I am grateful that it was a work. And really, honestly, I know that we usually hate when people like fake injuries and stuff, but it wasn't even like melodramatic like what they did with Orton at the Rumble. And honestly, for the promo we got out of it, I would honestly say worth it in this case.
Yeah.
So he's like, excuse me, sorry about that. He says, a match is happening this Sunday. I am going to successfully win another American Championship. And, a lot of people consider this a dream match. I don't, because for Kushida, it should be, a nightmare. Because, he says, I'm just going to, beat him up and walk out the champion. So, typical heel, like, I'm going to triumph, screw all of you guys kind of thing. And, yeah, after that, are we at our main event? No, we got Io Shirai talking. God, I think what I love about Io's talking, which honestly I don't give her enough credit for. I never say anything about you and Io because we all know you just adore her, so you can do no wrong. But for me, I don't give her talking enough credit because she's a babyface, but I love how fucking ominous this woman is, despite being obviously so likable. Because what she said about Mercedes especially, that was some morbid shit.
Oh, like, you're talking about the fact that she said that your 20-year journey will never come to an end?
Yeah, just forever and ever. Never come to an end. I'm like...
Savage.
That was some let me just reach into your soul and rip it out shit. Actually, no, that wasn't Thanos. That was Dr. Doom that did that to Thanos. God damn. Damn, Io. But you know what?
I really hope we get Dr. Doom in the MCU soon.
Oh, dude. Do you even need to ask me? No, of course you don't.
No.
But that's what I really love about Io from a talking perspective, dude. Because, again, the in-ring, it speaks for its fucking self.
Yeah.
Now. The talking, though, I love that we can have somebody that's a baby face have an edge, say something, and you believe it. Mm-hmm. When she says, I honestly expected her. I was surprised she didn't say this word, maybe because, maybe she already used it with Mercedes and stuff. I expected her to say, I will be NXT Women's Champion forever. She didn't say forever. She just said, I will remain NXT Women's Champion. But, if she would have said forever, I would have been like, well, probably.
Yeah, who's going to fight her on that?
Yeah, I mean... Right
everyone
now,
that otherwise would has tried and failed.
Yeah, and the people that could just do not have the credibility kayfabe-wise to do so right now. So, lower level, who dis?
Yeah, really.
And, that sucks for them as Io just continues to, build her fucking empire. So, yeah, good for her. Good for her. Main event time. I literally have in my notes here, Grizzled Young Vets versus Boomers, because they're nothing else to me.
Yeah.
They come out, and then Grizzled Young Vets come out, and the Superior Scalp was speaking. And apparently,
dude,
Old Man
Gibson's
Ciampa,
so fucking good on the mic.
Dude, he is, man. He is, man. And, Ciampa gets all mad about it. I mean, one might suggest he got triggered. I don't know. And he rushes the outside, and they just start assaulting Grizzled Young Vets, which was bullshit. I do have one pickiest of nits. That's why I didn't even mention it in the opening segment, because it's seriously? You seriously had to mention it here? You couldn't save it for the main event? So they assault GYV, right? And they Drake just gets, thrown into the, audience section.
Yeah.
They get Gibson back in by himself. No Drake on the apron, and this is a fucking tag match. Meanwhile, Thatcher, he's comfortable on the apron. Oh, yeah, I'm good to go. And they ring the bell. So, like, clearly you're favoring the Boomers because only Zach Gibson's in the ring. Drake wasn't even on the apron because, again, he got thrown to another dimension for the time being. No, but that's cool, though. That's cool. They just wanted to cut a promo, and I'm sorry the truth cut a little close. You know, I thought, you know, with that bald-ass fucking head of yours, you'd be used to a close shave, but I guess not. I guess not. Really fun matchup, though. I thoroughly enjoyed this. What did you think about it? What were some of your favorite moments?
I would say that my favorite moments are this is something that happens in every GYV match, but I can never get over how smart of a tag team spot it is. Gibson gets Irish whipped into the corner. Drake hops over, pops up onto the top turnbuckle, and blocks the blow. Every single time they do that, I'm just like, see, this is a pair of guys that genuinely care about each other, because it's like they're absorbing the punishment and preventing their tag partner from getting hurt. And then Gibson's able to explode out of the corner and hit a lariat right away. I just love that spot. I also just absolutely love how much of a just straight up tag team clinic the GYV put on in this match, because these guys had the fundamentals down in a way that we have not seen in NXT since the Revival left. The way that they frequently tagged each other, the way that they tried to isolate one guy in their corner, the way that they were able to really just play that defense. And especially like on the finishing pin, they hit Ticket to Mayhem. Zach goes for the pin because he's a legal man. James Drake plays defense to prevent Thatcher from bringing up the pin. I absolutely love the fundamentals that these guys bring to the table.
Dude, you're 100% right about that. I couldn't have said it any better than you, so I'm not even going to try. That'd be belaboring the point, but they really do have the fundamentals, the little things that make a tag match down to a fucking science. I gotta tell you, there was one point where I really thought the Boomers were going to pull this out, and I was ready to be so pissed. I was ready to go into this and be like, fuck the intro, all that shit. You want my heat of the night? This is bullshit. Thankfully, though, that didn't happen. Nope. They get Ticket to Mayhem on Ciampa. They fucking pin Ciampa. That, to me, like, I will say this, putting my ire for Ciampa and his Blue Lives Matter ass aside, and I do like Thatcher. I thought it was so cool when you think about it, that they have Grizzled Young Vets, and I believe it was Gibson that pinned him, so truly the superior scalp. He pins a guy that's not only a former tag team champion like Thatcher, but see, I think it's bigger with Ciampa because he legitimately won the tag titles with Gargano. Yep. Whereas with Thatcher, he was awarded the other half, right? True. But he's also a former NXT champion. Yep. Like that to me is huge for Grizzled Young Vets as like kayfabe wise. It gives them such momentum because, again, and I love Thatcher, but you look at the track records, like, Ciampa's the bigger deal to pin here, and they did it. That is fucking awesome for them, dude. And that is definitely something I thought about wanting to talk about on here. Yep. Because, again, right, the little things, and that was a little thing, but it matters, you know, at least in my mind, a lot. So they get the win, pinning the former world fucking champion in the team. So great for GYV. Yep. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. This was great. And I can say that in hindsight because the right team won. If Thatcher and Ciampa would have won, I guess I would have been somewhat happy for Thatcher because he is so good in the ring. But I still want him ultimately to be like a dominant workhorse-esque North American champion. Like that to me is where his best work will come out. Yeah, that was another thing that I actually wanted to kind of speculate on. Just going back to earlier, do we think that we're going to get Loomis challenging the winner of Kushida Gargano? That's what I'm thinking, man, because he has been really involved in the storyline. I can't imagine him not being in contendership personally. So, yeah, GYV does it. We're getting our matchup, bro, for fucking Sunday. We're getting MSK versus GYV. Yep. Alphabet Soup, the sequel. And yes, what a sequel. Love it. Yeah, dude, abso-fucking-lutely. That's going to be great. Then to really end the show, we just get a rundown of the card with all the people involved in those matches having stare-downs, again with the final stare-down being Dunn Balor. Nothing really to remark on there. Nothing happened. So, dude, I have to remark on that because I absolutely loved the rundown that they did here. Like, they actually brought everyone out to face off before Sunday. Like, I thought that this
was like the coolest thing that they could have done to hype up the pay-per-view possible. I wish they would do this for every pay-per-view, even including main roster pay-per-views.
So on the production side of things, you give this a big thumbs up.
Oh my God, this was great. And especially too, because once you do it for a long enough time and establish it as a tradition, you can learn how to play with that. And you can learn how to break tradition in a way that makes it even more hype, like having one of the people that comes out attack the other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So I'm actually glad you did remark on that. You gave me something to think about. But that aside, that was the end of the show. So we're gonna get into our next segment: high spots and low shots. I'm gonna say I'm gonna kind of revel in this. My low shot.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Field goal. Excuse me, wrong windpipe. You guys should be used to that now on this show.
Holy shit!
Thatcher and Ciampa.
I really thought you would just give it to Ciampa because fuck him, and he was the one pinned.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, you points were made. I'll drop Thatcher. It's all yours, Ciampa. Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's my low shot. Who's your low shot tonight?
Oh, that's a really good question.
I thought so too.
Wow. He's taking credit for the format. What the fuck, man? You know what? My low shot's actually really easy. It's going to be LDF, Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza, because not only did they lose their Dusty Classic match, but then they got their asses absolutely beat by Karrion Kross.
They really did, man. I can't even dispute that. I was really proud of them tonight for the match they had, but oof.
Yeah.
God, if Imperium had a rough night, I could have just been like, DOS, oof. But no, it's no. All right, so with that, we have a high spot left. Let's see, who am I going to give it to? There are actually some pretty good options tonight.
DOS, God damn it, John.
Wait, oh, God damn it, about what? I didn't even say anything yet.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said? I said DOS, God damn it, John.
Oh, you. Languages are fun. You know
Your
what?
face is funner.
Oh, I'm going to cheat because it's our show and we do what we want. I'm giving my high spot, goddammit, to Johnny Gargano.
Oh, wow, yes. I dig it.
Because you know what?
Like, my mom, she goes, ugh.
Well, you know, given her track record recently with Julie and everything, I've just accepted that she's wrong about things. So, you know, I know kayfabe was Johnny had a rough night, but man, did he entertain the fuck out of doing it?
Yeah.
So I'm taking a liberty with this one. I'm saying he's my fucking.
He certainly did try his damnedest to get out of defending the championship at TakeOver.
Yeah, God, that was. R stands for real. yeah, it definitely does. But
you
yeah,
fucking child.
Yeah, no, Candace, I don't want to go to the doctor. No.
Oh my God, you sound like my. Never mind.
But yeah. He entertained the fuck out of me doing it. I can't complain about that. Who's your high spot?
My high spot. Let's see. Fuck it, GYV.
Yeah. All
they had
sense in the world.
They had a fucking incredible performance. I would argue that they were the underdogs going into this match, given the history of the Dusty Classic and how much sort of behind NXT has been behind Ciampa over the last few months. So I would argue that GYV were the underdogs here, and their amazing tag team work and they're just putting on an absolute tag team clinic here is what led them to victory. And I'm very happy for them that they won in a way that they would be the most proud of, I think, too.
Dude, I think you're 100% right about that. So again, I am not even going to, remark on that or challenge that. I think that's a perfect high spot. So with that said, guys, this has been NXT. This has been TWitWoW, the best. Gonna bring it back down. Wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my co-writer and commentary action. Guys, be sure to like the videos you file out. The more likes you leave, the more likely we are to be the top search result for NXT reviews on YouTube. And when you're the best at what you do, the top is the only place that you belong. So please leave that like. Be sure to click the bell icon and subscribe so you never again miss any of that TWitWoW goodness. Check out everything we are involved in the description box, starting with our Twitter handles, I would say. I'm at John_TWitWoW. My partner here is at Ashton_TWitWoW. My pin tweet is to collect Q&A questions. Q&A this month for the month of February will be Thursday, February 25th. Q&A is the last Thursday of every month. Now, when it comes to the TWitWoW Patreon, you can check it out. We give price points, and breakdowns of everything we offer our patrons. But what's most pertinent to this outro here, firstly, $1 gets you 2 additional Q&A questions because as it stands, non-Patreon owners only get 3 Q&A questions. So if you donate $1, you get 2. That makes 5, because here at TWitWoW, we believe in the Big E way that 3 just ain't enough. So yeah, you'll get 5 Q&A questions with $1 donation. Submit your questions there on my pinned tweet. You can also submit them through Facebook, YouTube, and Discord. Access to the TWitWoW Discord is $3 a month. So, very cheap. And we've started doing Among Us Mondays, which have really become the highlight of a lot of people's weeks. Certainly mine. I think, Ashton, you said recently it's something you've really come to enjoy as well. It's a great fucking time, a great place, let your hair down.
I just want to add, though, our Among Us Monday this coming Monday will probably be delayed because we will be live reacting to AEW's Women's Eliminator Japanese bracket, which starts at 7.
Yes, that is right. So that it did get added to the schedule today. I'm excited about that. Ashton was like, hey, man, you want to do it? I'm like, fuck it. Let's do it. Because, these are talented women that deserve to be supported, especially the cutest wrestler in the world, Maki Ito! Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not 100% sure that we'll even be following it once we get past the first round because you just never know booking decision-wise how dumb AEW is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, and since we're not doing, a prediction video for this, I can say this freely. If Cody says, on Twitter openly that he wants Maki Ito to win, I at least expect her to make the finals, and then maybe they just kind of revisit the decision then. I'll honestly be surprised if she goes before that. But again, like you said, booking fuckery can happen anywhere, so, we'll see. So yeah,
and then
guys,
honestly, I think that would be a bit of a booking mistake to have her go that far. Because as much Maki Ito, her character is literally about failing and then getting back up again. You can't have that character be a consistent winner.
Yeah, exactly. That is true. So we'll have to see how AEW does it. Well, again, it's going to be very interesting given all the interest and everything at play.
I'm expecting Britt Baker to win the tournament and the world title anyway, so regardless.
I think you and I have been expecting that for a while. Even with not having our finger on the pulse of AEW, it's like, Britt Baker become champion yet? No. Oh, really? It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, but the difference is I feel like you're asking that with bated breath, I hope she does, and I'm just like, oh, have they finally made that dumbass decision yet? Because I just think she's boring as hell.
To be utterly truthful, I'm ambivalent about it.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. Yeah. But I'm not like she'd set the world on fire. Right. And maybe it's because, in part, I've found Hikaru Shida a bit underwhelming, but that's also a bit uncharitable to her. Because
no, I agree, though. I think Shida has had a pretty underwhelming title reign, too. I haven't really been super into any of her matches, even against, decent workers like Rosa.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, guys, we'll be checking that out at 7. So, any AEW fans, come on back, we're covering this at least the first round, and we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, otherwise... we are still doing Among Us Mondays. Like Ashton said, it's not canceled, just delayed. So if you want to get in on it, $3 to get access to TWitWoW Discord. Ashton's pinned tweet is the TWitWoW schedule for every month that we're recording. He has the February schedule up now. He did add the coverage of the first round of the AEW Women's Tournament, the Japanese side of the bracket. Again, that'll be Monday at 7. But just to go through just everything here, obviously today was the 10th. We've done our recordings today. Tomorrow... February 11th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we're doing New Beginning in Hiroshima, Day 2 live reactions. It'll be headlined by Ibushi versus Sonata for the God title, the Intercontinental and IWGP Heavyweight Championships. Friday the 12th, 5 p.m., Stardom, February 7th show live reactions. I'm really excited for that. I was already missing Stardom today, to be honest. It's my favorite promotion that we do. Excited to see what these women come up with next. Then, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, it is going to be our Smackdown review. Clearly, Kevin Owens is not done with Roman Reigns. Shockingly, I'm genuinely surprised. I have an idea of what the chamber match for SmackDown is going to be. I'm curious how right I was. I tweeted about it if you guys wanted to know who I thought was going to be in the SmackDown chamber, if you want to look at that. So we're going to be reviewing that 10 p.m. Eastern Time. 9 p.m. on Saturday the 13th. NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day preview and predictions. We've been saying that throughout the commentary. You guys know that's why we're here. You're going to get our whole rundown of that card then. Then Sunday, Valentine's Day, 7 p.m., NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day live reactions. So whether you're in a relationship or not, whatever your status is on Valentine's Day, you know you can't pass up that TWitWoW goodness. Come spend it with us. Your one true love, the best wrestling podcast there is. And then Monday, February 15th, we do have a Stardom reaction here for 5 p.m. Eastern time.
4.
So I hope that 4. We're going to move it up to, okay, move that up to 4 because, again, AEW.
Oh, you know what? I just realized I never pinned the new schedule tweet. My bad.
That's all right, man. That's all right. Well, that's why I'm giving the rundown here, and then, they can always look at it in case they...
I did pin it. What the hell? Did I not change the time? No, I changed the time? What the hell? Are you not on the schedule?
No, I actually saved a prior photo of the schedule. So that was before, and I just pulled that up.
Gotcha,
but yeah,
gotcha.
no, that's fine. 4 p.m. Stardom, 7 p.m. tournament, like we've been saying. So that's the next.
Yeah, Monday's going to be all women's wrestling. That's going to be wonderful. And then
that is
Raw, but mostly Among Us.
Exactly. So yeah, guys, most immediately, today was Wednesday, tomorrow's the 11th. Join us at 5 for New Beginning in Hiroshima. Day 2 live reactions. Let's see if Ibushi can get past Sonata. He probably will, but it'll be fun to watch anyway. And until then, guys, take care of yourselves. Be good out there. Be good to each other. And peace out.